Okay, everybody, Squid Vicious here. Got another vicious video for you. I went ahead and ordered this another travel humidor that I wanted to show you, but I wanted to find something a little bit longer, or I should say more capacity than just the fives and the sixes that I've had. I got this one from Prestige Import Group. This is the Manhattan XL, and this is actually a 10 count, and we're actually going to go ahead and take a look and see what this all has. First of all, it does come in this nice gift box here. And when you go ahead and open up the gift box, inside here you have a velvet pouch, kind of like a velvet pouch or whatever we all call it here. Um, and it has a drawstring here at the top. And we're going to go ahead and take this thing out. We're going to take a look at it. Well, first of all, it kind of has like this leather alligator kind of texture on it. It does have a carry handle here. You need to carry that this way, or if you want to go ahead and carry it with your hand in here like this. It does have this zipper on here, and it's actually kind of nice. And we're actually going to go ahead and take a look and see what makes this one kind of stand out. So it does have this zipper here, and we'll go ahead and open this thing up. And what we have in here is we actually have a two shelf kind of a system here. We do have some instructions here that tell you about filling the humidifier and other kind of instructions like gauging it and all those kind of things here. But I wanted to go ahead and take a look inside here. First of all, this does have a leather strap in here. You can go ahead and strap in your smokes. It also has a dropper that you can go ahead and fill up the humidifier here. But what's nice about this is it does have a digital hygrometer, which is actually kind of nice here. A lot of these do have the traditional ones, the analogs, because they look nice. Actually, digital ones are a lot more accurate, and that's why a lot of the tests that I did, I used some of the digital ones more than anything. But this top layer holds about 5 sticks, and there's actually a couple holes, 3 holes under here. So don't think that this only holds about a 5 inch smoke here. They actually can tuck them up underneath this here. So if you take this out, you'll be able to see underneath that there is room for 5 more, if you like. Okay. The humidifier does come out, and this bottom one also does come out. I think the humidifier comes out. Might have to tip it in order to get that bottom one out, because it is a good idea to go ahead and season these. So here's your humidifier here, and it does have a sponge on it. So you can go ahead if you would rather take this out with take the sponge out here and go ahead and soak this and then go ahead and put it back in. Would be an option if you want. Just make sure that the sponge part, the open side here, is facing up because that's what's going to come out of the holes here. So you can go ahead and wipe all this down. It is made out of cedar. It smells delicious. And wiping all this down with a sponge. Don't pour water in here because you can end up warping the wood, and you don't want that to happen. So once you go ahead and wipe all this down, you can go ahead and put the bottom in. I would let it sit for a little while, um, and then you can go ahead and start doing the humidification. Now, this hygrometer here, this digital hygrometer does pop out. And what you can do with this is there's a couple things. You have to get your fingers behind this because this, again, this top here does have the holes. Okay. So we can go ahead and pop this out. Takes a little bit of doing. But once you do pop this out, what you can do is you can go ahead and check and see, because like I don't have nothing showing here, but usually that's because that maybe either the battery in there is dead and you need to replace it, or you might need to go ahead and pull a little strip out to go ahead and have that making contact here. But it does have a couple of buttons here that will allow you to go ahead and adjust the calibration. You can choose Fahrenheit or Celsius. But what's nice is with these, they're a lot easier to go ahead and calibrate. Now, how do you calibrate these? I've had people ask me about calibrating before. One of the things that you can do to calibrate this is you get a Ziploc bag and you go ahead and get a bottle top, like a plastic bottle top, and put some salt in it and add a little bit of water, not too much, to that bottle cap, and stick it inside of a Ziploc bag with a hygrometer, and in 24 hours it should read 75%. And if it does not, if your hygrometer is too low or too high, you can go ahead and adjust it on the back here. The other thing you can do, what I've done with Bovida, is you can get what's called a one-step calibration kit. They typically give you a 32% pack. We don't want that. Get a 72% one, like a little small one, or if you just have a big one, whichever. And you can go ahead and put this in here and seal this up and wait 24 hours. And after 24 hours, this should read 72. If it does not, then what you can do, as soon as you take this out, you can go ahead and adjust the calibration up or down to whatever it should be. In this way, it's fully calibrated. That's something that's a good idea to do. So you can either use this calibration kit. It's all it is pretty much is a thick Ziploc bag. Put your own Bovida pack in for like 72%. Or if you want to go ahead and use the traditional method of getting like the top of like a bottle and put some salt in there and a table salt and a wee little bit of water just to dampen it and leave it in there. And that should also allow you to calibrate that thing. So once it's calibrated, you can go ahead and set this thing back in here. Now, some questions that people ask is like, how come this doesn't have a lighter or nothing? Actually, it does. This top part comes out, and take a look at what you have here. You have your own ashtray. It gives you your own ashtray here, and you also have a traditional stock cutter, which is what we have seen in some other humidors before. It's just a plain old stock cutter. It's stainless steel. Some of these are a little bit tight. It just depends. And we just slide that in here. And it also does come with a lighter. This lighter here is a side lighter here, where you go ahead and flip the top up. It is a single flame lighter, but it's lit from the side here. And it has the flame adjuster and the filler on the bottom. It's a nice thin lighter, a little bit textured here. But it doesn't have like a punch or anything like that, which, some people prefer those. But that just slides neatly in here. But what I really liked about it is that it did come with this ashtray. So you do have your own ashtray here. It's a decent size too. And all that does is it just pretty much sits upside down here. Whenever you're done with it, you clean it all up and you go ahead and pack it right back in here. So this is from Prestige. You can see the Prestige logo here. And like I said, it does hold about 10 smokes, and it does give you your own ashtray that you just simply go ahead and cover that right back up. Now, what I would recommend, as I mentioned, you wipe all this down first and you let it set for 24 hours, and then you can go ahead and you either put the cigar juice or soak the sponge in distilled water, and then put your hygrometer, check your hygrometer, and see what kind of humidification you get. Now remember, this is a travel humidor, so we don't really expect it to hold a lot of humidity for any long term, but it's a very, very nice nice travel humidor. Like if you're going to go ahead and travel somewhere and you want to go ahead and bring some smokes with you and have your own thing, it's actually pretty nice here. So some of these too, you got to be careful because like this one here, this lip actually seems to be coming off a little bit. It is very, very low temperature right now, so that's not a big deal. I just simply glue that back in here. But this is from Prestige, and I'm not going to test this because I usually test the analogs versus the digitals. Like I said, take the digital one out and go ahead and calibrate it and make sure that it's calibrating properly. So a nice travel humidor here. So take a look at it and see what you think. Holds 10 smokes, has a digital hygrometer, has its own ashtray and lighter and cutter. And like I said, this comes from Prestige. I'll go ahead and put a link for you in here. This ran at the time of this video, this is about $75. So Prestige, they're very prestigious about things. So digital hygrometer, lighter, cutter, 10 count, ashtray, and a nice alligator kind of look to the outside here. Okay. And it also does have that carry handle. So see what you think about it. And I'll go ahead and leave a link for you and see if it's something you might be interested in here. Okay. So happy smoking, everybody. And Hope you like it.